Good evening, I'm Brett Baer. Two major stories tonight on the Benghazi terror attack and what some lawmakers charge is a vast and growing cover-up concerning the assault that left 4 Americans dead, including the U.S. ambassador on 9/11. We still don't know how many people were injured that night. The administration insists those events have been investigated enough and that it's time to move on. We have Fox team coverage tonight with two explosive stories. Adam Housley in Los Angeles talks exclusively to a special operator who says military help was available, despite what the administration has said. But we begin with accusations that the president's people are making threats against Benghazi witnesses. Chief Washington correspondent James Rosen reports from the State Department on an incredibly serious charge before Congress starts a new round of hearings. Good evening, James.
Brett, good evening. Secretary of State Kerry told House lawmakers earlier this month he doesn't want to spend the next year coming to Capitol Hill to talk about Benghazi, but new charges from within his own department could make that a reality. Fox News has learned that at least 3 career State Department employees and at least 1 more at the Central Intelligence Agency have retained lawyers or are in the process of doing so in order that they can provide sensitive information to Congress about Benghazi. The 4 consider themselves whistleblowers and want their counsel to receive the security clearances that would enable them to review classified documents. But the lawyer representing one of the employees at State told us the department is not providing a process for that, and even worse, is actively threatening her client and the others.
I'm not talking generally. I am talking specifically about Benghazi. That people have been threatened, and not just the State Department. That people have been threatened at the CIA. It's frightening, and they're taking career people and making them well aware that their careers will be over.
It was on September 11 that 4 Americans, including our ambassador to Libya, were killed in terror attacks on U.S. installations in Benghazi. Toensing said her client has pertinent information on the months preceding the attacks, when pleas for enhanced security were rejected, on the 8-hour span of the attacks themselves, and on the 8-day period following the attacks, when the Obama administration falsely described them as the result of a spontaneous protest over a video.
So if you have additional questions or you think there's some document that somehow you need, I'll work with you to try to get it.
Secretary of State Kerry told lawmakers this month that Obama administration officials have testified at 8 Benghazi hearings, held 20 Benghazi briefings, turned over 25,000 pages of Benghazi documents, and released an unclassified version of the report prepared by the so-called Accountability Review Board. Today, Kerry's spokesman insisted all standard procedures have been followed in terms of cooperation with Congress.
I'm not aware of private counsel seeking security clearances or anything to that regard. I'm not aware of whistleblowers one way or another. Congress has its own prerogatives, but we've had a very thorough, independent investigation, which we completed and were transparent and shared, and there are many folks who are in a political manner trying to sort of use this for their own political means or ends.
That was a jab at Republican Congressman Darrell Issa of California, chair of the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee, who wrote to Secretary of State Kerry last week, and I quote, "The department's unwillingness to make the process for clearing an attorney more transparent appears to be an effort to interfere with the rights of employees to furnish information to Congress," unquote. That, Brett, is obviously a charge the administration rejects.